Hey YouTube, there is an event this week and rightfully called Go Battle Week because not only does it coincide with more sets this week, it coincides with a bunch of Pokemon that are very, very good for GBL, and you're allowed to get the legacy moves on some of these Pokemon. So very, very important event for GBL players. Let's look at all these Pokemon in the rankings. Let's talk about them. Starting with Cubu. So Cubu is ready to evolve into urshifu. So it's the next installment. There are two different types. There's a single strike style and a rapid strike style. You can evolve into the single strike style with 200 Cubu and defeating 30 dark type Pokemon in raids or max battles with Cubu as your buddy, and 30 water types to get the rapid strike. So we'll look at them in a second. I don't know about this. And you're going to see the home slice Henry, who also is not happy with the way that Niantic's going about this, or Scopely, whoever's in charge right now. Here was King Gambits, and King Gambit was the same thing. You can evolve Bisharp into King Gambits when you defeat 15 Dark types or Steel type Pokemon in raid battles. And now here we are. We now need to do 30. At least max battles is a little easier. A little easier, but 30 max battles and raid battles. And that is a significant amount to do here. Like, I'm lucky if I do. I don't think I've done, definitely not 30. I don't think I've done 10 raids since 2025 started. Like, to ask for 30 raids to evolve Pokemon is so significant. And honestly, I don't even think it's attainable for the average player. This is like, and they've always tried to make you do things to get access to Pokemon, and like, okay, some of them are money locked, certain raids or eggs or stuff like that. But 30, I know max battles are more sort of free compared to the raids, but like, that's significant. So sort of lucky for you. There's only one Pokemon that is almost okay, the single strike, and I haven't even looked at this yet. It's 136. I'm just going to see if their stat products are the same, because no, I'm guessing this is a dark and this is the water. Yeah, okay, so they're different typings. There is a water fighting and a dark fighting. Looks like they have the same stats, 136, 97. Yeah, so same stats. The single strike is a dark. The other is a water. In terms of weaknesses, what would I rather be, a dark or a water? The water, you pick up electric and grass. These three are on the fighting. So you pick up a grass and electric on the water, and you pick up a fairy and a fighting on the second fairy, which are already weak to fairy. So adding a second fairy weakness and another fighting. So I guess, there's not a ton of electric and there's only a couple grass. So I don't think it matters too much whether I don't think the dark or water really affects it too much. It's the moves that is the main reason that one is so high and the other one is not. Because you have a dark fighter, you have Sucker Punch, which has a pretty okay, not the fastest, but pretty okay energy per turn, with a now stab, very, very, very hard hitting damage per turn, 4.8. The recommended moveset is Brick Break, Dynamic Punch, so double fighting moveset. Brick Break gets you only 12 turns to get to. Not a hard-hitting move, but it does lower your opponent's defense guaranteed. So lowering your opponent's defense and already having like a really hard-hitting Sucker Punch, this should really add up, especially with a 136 attack, right? So you have a very high attack, very attack heavy, very, very bad defense and stamina. So this thing will need shields, but that fast move pressure with a Brick Break combo is really going to add up. It's saying use Dynamic Punch. I'm actually surprised it's saying use Dynamic Punch instead of Close Combat. They're both the same energy, and Close Combat is 12 more damage. I think the reason they're saying run Dynamic Punch, I mean, one, it doesn't lower your defense like the other one does. But two, I think 108 damage is so close to Close Combat. So being able to throw a Dynamic Punch at 14, like again, look at the move counts on this thing. 12 to 10 is not bad, but the energy per damage is terrible. But getting to a 2.4 damage move at 14, 12, 14 is pretty good, right? You're up there with, like, I was gonna say acrobatics range, but maybe not that bad. But like, when you account for its attack stat, this is gonna be a very, very, very hard hitting move. So if you can hit super, super hard with your Sucker Punch already doing a ton of damage. This combo alone between the damage on Sucker Punch and the damage on Dynamic Punch is probably going to be enough to take a lot of things out that you don't even need the close combat. Like Primeape needs close combat because your Karate Chops are just fast charging but not doing a lot of damage. Whereas Sucker Punch is going to do a lot of damage and get you a move that is almost doing the same as close combat. So I think that moveset makes sense. Obviously, Fighter and Dark, you're going to limit yourself against fairies and stuff, and you're just going to get killed against fairies anyway. So if you're going to run this Pokemon, make sure you have 2 fairy answers because you are going to get killed. And then the moveset on the other one, counter, yeah, Dynamic Punch is still good. Counter, obviously, the counter nerf is just killing this. Aqua Jet in itself is a decent move, 40 for 84, but just not happening with this fast move here. Right? Look at that. You have the same damage per energy as Sucker Punch, but you have half a turn less of energy per turn, half 0.5 energy less per turn. So that is significant. So yes, you can, if you want to do 30, I don't think it's anything you need immediately. But you know, I still got the Bisharp as my buddy, and I don't think I've done one raid to do the 15 that I need, and now I need 30 here. Like, oi, okay. But okay, that's not the only thing we need to talk about. There is, did I just gloss over the, I know you get an extra battles this week, but it's not even in this sort of event here. You do extra battles this week, so this entire week you get like an extra week of battles. I'll go back to at the end of this video to confirm that. 2 times XP for winning raid battles, increased chance for shiny Meditite, Sunky, and Marianne. I always mispronounce that. Okay, wild encounters. Mankey, Seal, Galarian, Zigzagoon, Meditite, Froakie, Dino, and Nickit. So there's a few of those that do matter. Obviously, Mankey is the main one. Primeape here, Great League, 2344. And even Ultra League is at 1432. Not surprising, right? Karate Chop is a great fast move. You got a new close combat. That Rage Fist really adds up there. So not surprising that Primeape is one you should get. Dewgong, you know, there's other probably ice Pokemon that people are using over Dewgong right now. It's still got play. It still has enough coverage with that ice ground. But like in terms of other ice, there's why would you run a water ice that's not Lapras really? Like it's just so substantially better to run Lapras than there is Dewgong. But Dewgong is an option if like Lapras is banned or something. Medichamp's an interesting one. I have seen it a couple times in this Retro Cup. It's still like top 61 ranked on the Great League, and that Dynamic Punch comes really fast, right, with the Psycho Cut. I forgot how fast it came, because I was like, okay, I know Psycho Cut is a fast charging move. It's not counter, but Dynamic Punch should come in like what, 12 or 14, and it comes in 10. So you have a 108 damage move. Well, we just talked about how strong that was on the other Pokemon, coming in 10. So yes, Psycho Cut does not do anything, 1.8 damage per turn, but getting to 108 damage Dynamic Punch in 10 turns, very, very strong, which makes this Pokemon very flexible. This is saying run Ice Punch. 1, it's a bait move. 2, it allows you to get coverage against like Jump Bluff and stuff, which is just everywhere. Greninja's used in some like limited metas. You can use an Open Great League. It just is very, very, very glossy, hard hitting, obviously with the Hydro Cannon. So there's that, and then Nickit is Thievul. Sucker Punch got buffed. I just do not like the Night Slash. Sucker Punch is not a bad combo. Play rough. Yes, it gives you coverage, but just 18 non-stab, too long to get to, in my opinion. That just kind of does. I think if it had a better second move, it'd be better, but not a dark that I would. You can get it, but not a dark that I recommend that you need, sort of thing. Corona Stunky and the Toxapex equivalent. I'm gonna say that, and then Lapras, Samurai, and Bombardier. And on this, there is Toxapex. That's the number 30 Pokemon in the Great League. There are more grounds out here now and more ghosts, which makes it probably drop a bit from last season, which is why it's at number 30. Like, ghosts resist poison, and more grounds with super effective against as poison. So it does have some limited options. There are some fairies. I got one fairy is now steel, so that kind of makes it a little trickier, but there are options out there for what you can beat. Lapras in the Great League, 6 and 28, and in the Ultra League, 3 and 4. It says you don't need XL here. That's kind of a lie. The number 1 rank Pokemon is 42.5 at 0, 15, 15. So you do need a few XL, so it's kind of a lie there. But as we go to the Go Battle League, just to confirm that this is the May 20th to May 27th, as you can see here, starts on the Wednesday. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. The event is on Wednesday itself, but this actually goes Tuesday. So the event doesn't fully line up with this. But 4 times Stardust for the win rewards. And then the maximum number of stats goes to 20, which means you can do 100 battles. There's usually some time research for rewards and stuff. So these are usually pretty good. But yeah, 100 battles for a week straight. So lots of time. If you have not grinded to legend, like I have not, there is definitely time to put in the grind here. So Go Battle Week aligns with your event here. So yes, and it's so funny, not funny. It's not funny. It's a mistake because I just skipped through the main component of this event. And the main component of this event is that you can get the legacy moves on these Pokemon. So the legacy moves, I always just skip the bottom. Like, oh, I'm not looking at money and stuff. But Mankey, Rage Fist, Seal, Ice Shard, the fast move Ice Shard. So dewgong, Ice Shard, Zweilous. I skipped over Zweilous. Zweilous doesn't really have as much play, but Hydreigon with Brutal Swing if you want one for the Master League. More Master League Premier, it has some niche play. Greninja to get Hydro Cannon, and Lapras to get Ice Beam. So all those Pokemon, in particular Primeape with Rage Fist, Seal with Ice Shard, Greninja with Hydro, and Ice Beam on Lapras is for sure the other 3. You need Rage Fist, you need Ice Shard, and you need Hydro Cannon. Do you need Ice Beam on Lapras? I would argue yes, but as long as you have Psywave, Sparkling Aria, you can use Skull Bash as your second move. I think Ice Beam probably is better, gives you better coverage and stuff like that, but and it's quicker to get to, so I think it's probably a better move, but if you don't have it, it's okay. There's time to research, there's paid, and this is why I usually skip the bottom, because there's just truly three different money things. Paid research for $2 to do this, paid research for $8 to get this, and this is still the $8 to get this that they mentioned multiple times. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Anyways, so yes, a big GBL event, focused event. Good time to get Pokemon that are meta as we get the league turnover. I swear, if they nerf Rage Fist like they were going to do, I called that they would. They haven't done it yet, so we'll see if they end up doing that. But yeah, so that is it. Great League is on. I did some top teams this morning. I kind of mentioned I did talk to Holmes Henry. I'm going to splice that video up until you'll probably see that interview in a bunch of shorts because the interview ran pretty long. So splice that up and put that out in the next week or so. So that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.